Greetings people, this is Keith Modesto doing my Let's Play Minecraft series using the Forge mod loader and the Direwolf 20 mod pack. I am here in the Nether. This is where I had, in this general area, I had pumps. There's still some here. This one is going away. This one is above an area that's dry now, so that's not really working. There's one over there. So originally the main one was like around here, and I had one over here, and then there was one over here. And I kind of had them one over here for a while and over here. Anyway, so you see I've got quite a large area that is free of lava and now is infested by giant spiders and stuff. Well, and it took a long time. I had my game running. I was doing, you know, stuff around my house or my apartment. Whoops. And so I've looked around. My magnet's not on. What is that? That is Blitz, I think. Blitz rod. I don't know what those are good for. Pigmen are upset about something. I guess they're probably on some thorn bushes and don't know how to get off. Anyway, the point is there's a rather expansive little area here of ground that is bare of lava, and I've looked around. I haven't looked totally thoroughly, but I think I've looked pretty well, and I have not found any. I've not seen any of the mythical firestone ore. I don't know. You know, I thought from the little things that I read and a little video I saw that if there were any here, that they would be right on the surface. I mean, you know, like on the surface of the ground, right underneath the lava, you know, at the very bottom of the lava lake, not buried under further layers of netherrack or soul sand or whatever, right? Now, because if I go down here, this is Y level 30. Over here we got some flesh. This is Y level 29. So, or that's where my head is actually. So that's actually Y level 27, where the blocks are. You know. So I guess I could go digging, but I wasn't under the impression that it would actually be underground under the lava, but actually just at the surface of the ground under the lava. They are supposed to be really rare though. So maybe I was just unlucky. I do have a lot of lava, which is nice, I guess. So I think that I am kind of not going to wait for being able to find, I'm not going to wait on finding this firestone ore. I think I might have enough steel, because of course I have to find my way back to my way out of here. I think it's here. So I need to turn right this way. I think I might have enough steel now. So here we go. So what I'm proposing to do is I will continue to pump lava. I'm gonna have, when it's all done, I will have 6 bedrockium drums. 6 bedrockium drums of lava, which is a lot of lava. It's now nighttime, and I will be able to find something to do with that. I could always turn it into energy using various generators that run on lava. Excuse me. I think in the new base in the jungle that I'm going to try building a foundation of industrial craft machines, because I haven't done a lot with industrial craft. Industrial craft now is a lot more involved, I believe, because of the influence of Greg Tech. There's some guy whose first name I guess is Greg, who has a mod called Greg Tech, which is really about, it's a technology type mod, and it's really about having to go through a lot of steps to get your infrastructure built up and to build useful items. I mean, you have to do a lot of stuff. apparently. I've never used DirePack. Well, industrial craft, apparently, I haven't read about this in a while, but industrial craft is like been influenced by GregTech to be not as bad as GregTech, but still more. The recipes are more involved. And so I thought, well, I might as well try it out because it's in the pack. I haven't really done anything with it. Okay, but what we're going to do today is, since I have a good amount of steel, I think, is I'm going to build a line. I'm going to build the railroad line in this episode. That is by the end of it. And it looks like I have a world hole. I'm going to have to, and there's ocean. It's world hole in the ocean. I'm going to build out this rail line. I'm going to do it off camera. And then when I come back, I will show it off. You can see here, I played around a little bit with chisel. These are stone. These are chisel blocks which are made from stone bricks. I think they look pretty nice. So I think I'm going to use stone bricks. Not these, actually. There's another variation of stone bricks from chisel that I'm going to use to line the walls. And then have these every once in a while, kind of like an archway. Anyway, but that'll be another step. The first step is to run the rail line. So I'm gonna do a cut. Oh, and I realized I have a whole bunch. There's a butterfly dying because it's stuck on the move. Butterflies apparently are not very smart. I realized I had a lot of ender seeds, so I moved to ender. I planted a bunch of ender seeds. I think there's about 60 maybe, or maybe a little bit more. Anyway, so there they are. Okay, so I'm gonna put this rail line down, and when I have it done, I will come back and we'll show it off. All right, so I'll be back in video time. It'll be mere moments. In real life, it may be an hour or two. Okay. Okay, I've returned. It's I think it's 2 days since I recorded the last segment of this episode. So I did run the line all the way down the tunnel. And as you can see, I pulled the fence down. There was a fence right here, and actually the line started around here. And so I pushed that back over here, of course. I also moved this a little bit and put the travel anchor. I moved it. It was like in the corner. And I put it over here and surrounded it with some fancy bricks or something. Anyway, so it starts right here, and you see I push the button. This booster track lights up for a moment, so they get the minecart started, right? These are regular tracks. Then we have the high-speed transition tracks, which are really almost identical to the high-speed booster tracks. They basically do the same thing, I think, as far as I can tell. So when you get here, they push you up into high speed, and then you have the high-speed rail, right? So these also have to get a redstone signal. So when I push that button, you can see they light up, but they stay on for longer. That is not, of course. If I could have just ran like redstone wire or some other cabling that gives you a redstone signal underground, right, directly from here, from under this block, and it would have energized these tracks at the same time as it energized this one. But you can see, this stays on for a moment, but that stays on for longer. So that took some circuitry. I did that because I was a little concerned. I didn't actually test this, but I thought I was pretty sure that if this track stayed lit only as long as this one did, that is, as long as this button was down, that the cart would not get all the way all the way through to the end, because there's like 12 of these tracks. I wanted to make sure. I did a little reading on people talking about how to use a high-speed rail, and apparently it was something like 8 or 10 track transition or booster tracks to get up to full speed once you get to high-speed rail. So like not just 1 or 2. So it just thought, if this was only as long as a button push, the default button push, then the cart might not get all the way to the end before they turned off, which not only wouldn't get it to full speed, but actually would start to break them, because when you go over the high-speed transition railing or track, and it's not powered, it actually slows you down. In fact, you need that because, as you saw, was it 2 episodes ago or something? when I first laid down the track to try it out. Actually, maybe it was, I don't know how long ago it was, but you know, I laid down, I put down some transition rails and powered them, and just as many of these as I had at the time, like 64, just sent them out just to see what it was like. You know, how fast do you really go? And I went down it, and then when I got to the end, I didn't just stop like you would with regular rail. If you were going down on a cart with regular rail, and you come to the end, and there's nothing there to stop you besides the track just, you know, dead end, not being any, just there not being any more track, just running out. You kind of fall off the track, but you don't. Nothing else bad happens to you. Whereas if it's high-speed rail and you're going at high speed, you blow up. Your cart blows up and you take quite a bit of damage. And even the blocks right there blow up, are destroyed, right? So it's a catastrophe. So to prevent that from happening, you have to slow down a little bit gradually, and you do that with the transition rails. When they're not powered, they break you, and you need like the same number to break you down to a slow speed as you needed to get you up to speed, to high speed. Anyway, what that means is because if that weren't the case, I could just have these powered on all the time, and like you would when you have booster track every once in a while to keep you at speed. Just have them on all the time. They don't need to ever be off, right? But I actually need them to be off to break me. Now, there's two ways to break the cart down. Now, there's two ways you can handle that, at least. I mean, it could have two separate lines, which, of course, would use up a lot more high-speed rail. You know, and have one track to go from here to there and the other track to come back, all right? And then have the transition rails on one end always on, and on this end they're off. Here, this end they're on, this end they're off, right? Okay. That would use up a lot of extra track. The other would be to have two tracks at each end, just like the beginning and end be split to where one, the transition rails are on, the other, the transition rails are off. But then there's like a switch up here. There's a switch. So when you're going one way, when you're starting off, you go down one track where the booster tracks are on, and then at the other end, you switch over to the track where the booster tracks are off. Now, I think that's possible with the right kind of switches. There's a little thing where you can't just do a turn on a high-speed rail because you can't go the way the physics of railcraft and high-speed rail. If you're going really fast and you make a turn, you blow up. Just like if you try to stop like that, you blow up. I think I read that there is a way to do that though. You just can't do it like you would really simply with regular track. Okay, that's a little complicated. I decided to go with this because, you know, this track, I just wanted to go from here to there, and it's not too hard to make this. I just need a little circuitry. I already put it in place, obviously, underneath. It's underground here. You can hear it clicking. There's the first click for the button. And did you hear another click? Did you hear that second click when this went off? It's actually under there. Okay. So I'm going to show you that. And then probably our episode will be over. Probably I'll run out of time before I'm even done. But I'm using, that uses, besides red alloy wire, I still have the red alloy wire. Yes, I do have red alloy wire on me. I also it uses a toggle switch and a repeater, both from Project Red. And I made sure that all the ingredients I need, unless I messed up, they're already in the system here. So all I have to do is go like this. I'm getting some lag here. Okay, so there's the toggle switch, or toggle latch. And then we want a repeater. There we go. That one. Okay. And let's make sure we have our screwdriver out. And I think I should make sure I have some stone so I can make a button if I need to. Stone strips. Stone strips. I need stone strips. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm getting some lag or something here. Okay, so I still have this on the other end. Okay, so here's the other end. I had this down here to try it out. And you know what? I think it's backwards. That's probably the problem I had. I guess I need a crowbar. Maybe I'll just break it. I tried that out on the other end and it didn't, and I tried stopping and it didn't work, but I think, I'm realizing now, I think it was backwards. So we'll go ahead and let that one, where's it at? That didn't destroy it, did it? Did I not pick it up? Buffer track, there it is. So maybe if I go, there we go. That might work now. Well, we'll try it out. The problem is that I didn't, it wouldn't let me go or something, but I realized it was backwards. So, okay, so let's stop babbling and do this. Okay, so we need to be on the same side. We'll tear up this track a little bit on the same side as where the button is. We're gonna go down to. I'm using my older pickaxe because I just found that the cobalt one is just too fast. I want to go roughly to the middle. Oh, I went further than I needed to. Okay, so let's go right here. And we want to get under there, and I'm just going to break these blocks to help me do this initial part. We need whoops, there we go. Okay, so we need one underneath on the underside of that block, and then we can put that. I'm not hitting the keys I'm meaning to. We'll put, since I'm using this other pickaxe, I'm getting it's got silk touch on it, which is nice. So I'm not getting a bunch of cobble. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to grab this one. Okay, there we go. And we will go right. Actually, we break these here. Yeah, that's fine. So we don't actually need these two. Okay, so these go here. And I guess don't want that. Okay, so and we got to go from under here down to here. Oh, right. So the first thing to do, well, I can show, first off, if we just connect this and I push the button, you'll see, whoops, didn't hit the button, that they energize, right? As long, at the same time as this booster track right here. Cool. I guess another way to handle this would be just to have something that would have a longer, a button that would last longer. Well, anyway, I'm already doing this, so. Okay, so I need the toggle latch. The toggle latch goes right, well, let's break this and this. Actually, I'll probably put that back. Okay, so the toggle latch goes right here. And we gotta turn it. So that's in and out. Okay, we need, that goes right there. Okay, so now watch what happens. Okay, that stays on. Okay, we don't want it to stay on indefinitely because when I'm coming back, what would happen is I'd be coming along real fast. I would still be going really fast because this is on. It would be boosting my speed, and then I would, well, actually, then I would hit the normal track and then I'd blow up because the normal old track cannot handle high speed. So you'd be going really, really, really fast, bam, and you'd blow up. If the normal track didn't blow you up, then this would blow you up. So the whole purpose of this circuitry is to keep this on for a little while and then to turn it off. Okay, so what part turns it off? You can, look at this, you can go like that. There's a latch right there on, or like, it's like a lever that's right there on the circuit, on the, yeah, the circuit block. Okay, so that is what, so this, the repeater is to handle this. So, and I have to remember how I did this. We want, yeah, we want this right here. Yes, this will work, if I'm remembering this right. Okay, and then we put our strip, it's gonna go here to keep these, I'm hitting the wrong things, stop it. Okay, I wanted this. Okay, so I'll put a strip right there. And we gotta turn this around. In, see, there we go. Or I could do this, it doesn't really matter. So they're in. So, voila, that is to disable it. See how I disabled it? Okay, so we need to set this to a longer timer, or a longer amount. Right now it's at 1 tick. So I want it at 64 ticks. That's what I have the other one, and it seems about right. Okay, I think that is done. Let's try. I can't get out. There we go. Let's test it. So if I set this up right, what's going to happen is this is going to turn on and then turn off, right as the same, right along with the button. And then this will turn on. It'll turn on right away at the same time that this does, because actually I messed up. Did I? No, I didn't mess up. Yeah. No, this is right. Good. All right. So as soon as this input turns on, this is going to turn on. And yeah. So this will turn on right away. But it'll stay on for a while and turn off. The signal will go over here to the repeater. It'll go in at this point, and then it'll wait 64 ticks, and then it'll output a pulse to the toggle switch. Well, also this will also stay on for 64 ticks, but that doesn't matter. It's just as long the initial on will flip this latch back to off. I'm stuck under. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so push the button. That goes on, and it stays on, and then it goes off. Watch. So I'm gonna get over here. Well, I'm gonna put another button over here so you can see this. Okay, so I put a button there. Whoop, I can't put a button there. I can put a button there. Okay, so and that's not a good place, but they can't see again. The whole purpose. I guess if I put some stone back here, and I put a button right there. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna push that button, and you see the repeater there. Switch to back off, and that stays on for a while, and then it turns off. What again? So the repeater is on, and then it sends out a signal, and that switches the latch off. That is exactly what we want. Okay, so I'm gonna fill this in. That's done. Unless I decide that the amount wasn't on for long enough. I don't think that'll be the case. I think that amount is good, but we'll find out. Now it's all covered up. I will test again to make sure I didn't put a block in the wrong spot and cut off the redstone wire. Looks good. Okay, so let's try it. I have a cart. I'll put that there. I'll get in, and I push the button. Okay, and I didn't move. So this kind of buff. This I don't know what this thing is supposed to do. I guess you can never start from this. Oh wait, I did that wrong. I have to fix everything. I'm always mixing that up. Okay. We need the booster track. There. We'll break that. That's not any good. We'll put just a normal old block like that, and that should be fine. Okay, get in. Away we go. I'm going really fast. I'm going down the line. And I'm starting to slow down, because I haven't put any booster tracks down yet. I read one comment that says you don't need booster track once you're going at high speed on high-speed rail. You just keep on going and going and going and going until you get to the end of the line. Maybe it was like that once, because I read another comment that said no, you need boosters, and then I said, and then you do need boosters, but I haven't done it yet. So that's like the next thing. Let's get out and break this thing. And run back, and go back through the portal. Okay, so I will do a little testing to find out how, I'm not, like most things, I'm not really worried about having to totally optimize things, like how far apart do the boosters need to be, like, if they're way closer than they need to be, you're wasting your boosters. If they're too far apart, though, then you slow down a little bit more than you want to before you get the boost, right? So there's probably some point that's optimal where you just only slow down a little bit and then you get the boost. I don't know. And it's dark. Okay, and there's my timer. I thought that would happen. Okay, so in between episodes, I'm going to place down the booster tracks. I will just, I'll go along, and I think I have some of them on my person already, don't I? Yes, high speed. No, that's high speed transition. We need booster. Oh, well, transition would probably work too, but I do have high speed booster somewhere. So, I just break some track, put a high speed booster to there. Then I have to dig underneath and place like a lever underneath it and turn it on so that the booster track is always on. So I'll do that, and then I'll show that it's working in the next episode. And then I will show how I'm going to redo the tunnel, right? I've got to like dig out all this dirt and make it nice, a kind of a brick that I'm going to use. I'll show what kind of brick I'm going to use and mine out all the ores and stuff, like these and stuff, and then put in the special fancier bricks every once in a while, like these, so that there's like a nice archway, and at least that much. And I might go and use carpenter's blocks to like even fancy it up a little bit more, maybe just the archways. I don't know. I'll do a little bit at a time, but that'll be the next episode to show that. And I'm not going to do that all on camera, so there's probably something else I should do. I could like just do the initial building up to the surface and taking a look around in the jungle and just scout around and try to decide which trees to start building buildings in tree houses. Anyway, this is basically, except for the boosters, so this is basically done except for the boosters. Without those, you don't really go the whole way. But after that is done, this will be functional. It'll be functional. Not entirely pretty yet because I need to fix the walls and the ceiling and everything, but functional. Okay, so let's wrap things up. This has been Keith the Modesto playing modern Minecraft, making a lot of progress on my long high-speed rail tunnel to the jungle. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have a fantastic day.